Hi there. In this video, we are going to see the data transformation part of our project. So first we have to define some paths. So we'll go into US Visa. Inside the constants, we have the init file. Okay. So let me show you the code. Yeah, this is our init file. So I have added this part for transformation. This is transformation related constants, which are data transformation directory name data transformation, then transform data directory, name transformed, and the transformation transformed object directory, which will be stored inside transform object folder. Okay. So what we want to do is inside our artifact, after our data transformation component runs successfully, we inside our artifact, inside our folder, we will have a folder named data transformation. Inside that, we'll have two folders, which is transform and transform object. So this will store our file, train and test data, which is transformed, and this will store our pre-processing file in PKL format. Okay. So this is our target. This is just we are giving our target column, which is case status. We are taking our current year, and this pre-processing.pkl. This is the file name we are going to give, which will be inside this. Okay. So I think this is good. We'll use these things in further code. So in when we saw our notebook, when we are doing the transformation in notebook, we just stored the columns which we want to do uh, ordinal encoding, and for that our ordinal variables. So we stored them into a list. Okay. And we have in that list we had name of that columns. So but for here, for our pipeline, we have to store the name inside our schema file. So these are the names we have given inside our schema files. This is numerical features. This is our ordinal columns. So it has 1 or 0, has job experience or not. Okay, type of things. And this requires one hot encoding. So this is our OH columns. Okay. So and this is our transform columns. So I think this is good. So yeah, let's move forward. This is our config entity file, which is inside entity, inside US Visa. So this is US Visa. Inside entity, we have config and artifact. So first we'll see the code in config entity. So this is our data transformation part that I have written. The class's name is data transformation config. This is just defining the parts. Okay, which I already showed you here. I explained you here. So let me again explain. So it will take inside our artifact directory. Sorry, inside our artifact directory, it will create a data transformation directory name, which is this. Okay, data transformation. So this folder will be created inside our artifact directory, and then inside our artifact directory, inside this transformation data dir train name csv and py. So it will just replace our .csv with npy extension. Okay. So we'll see as we move further how this happens. Okay. So I think this is good. Transform data directory. Yeah. Data transform data directory. Test name. This is for train and this is for test. Similar. Okay. And this is our transform test file path, transform train file path. So our train dot train data which is transformed will be stored in this file path. Okay, in npy format. Okay, so I think this is good. This is for our transformed object. So the pre-processing object which we are going to use will be stored in this path inside our directory, inside our object dir, which is, let me show you this object dir, which is transformed object, and inside that folder we will store our pre-processing object file name, which is preprocessing.pkl. Okay, so I think this is clear. Now this is our artifact entity file. So this is the code. We have added just So in our artifact, we will return three things. What is the three things? One, we will return our train, uh, uh, transform train data, transform test data, and the pre-processing file, pre-processing PKL file. Okay. So these three things is there in our artifact. So I think this is good. Now we want our this estimator.py. This is the new file I have created. Let me show you where I have created. So this is entity. Inside the entity with artifact and config, I have created a new file estimator.py. So this will have our mapping, okay, for target variable. So this is necessary to write because we want to also do the reverse mapping. So if when we do for test, okay. So this is our target value mapping. Certified 0 and denied 1. This is our mapping that we have given, and now it will as big function will return it as a dictionary. Okay, so this will be the key and this will be the value. Okay, so I think this is good. Now reverse mapping. So what will happen in reverse mapping? In reverse mapping, our key and values will change. So our values will be our keys. So this 1 and 0 will be our keys and this will be our values. So when we are reverse mapping. So this is what we have written, the dictionary in which keys are the values and the values are the keys, which is this. Okay. So I think this is clear. Now let me show you this file, data transformation.py. Okay. Yeah. Why this is not recorded? Okay, let me show you where we have created it. US Visa components. Okay. Where is US Visa? This is US Visa. Inside that components. Inside that. Okay. So this is not saved, but okay. Let's continue. I'll fix this later. So this is US Visa folder. Inside our US Visa folder, I have this. There is this components. Okay. Inside this components, I have created this file data transformation. Okay. So let me save it. So yeah, this is good. Yeah, we have our data transformation file. Okay, so let me show you. I have created this file. Let me show you the code inside it. So this is our code. So we are importing sys, pandas. We are importing smoten because our data is imbalanced. So we want to balance it. So what this smot nn is smot plus enn. So edited nearest neighbor, if I remember correctly, is for ENN and SMOT is for oversampling method. So what it does is it using ENN, using nearest neighbor, it will remove the wrongly classified points in majority class, and then we'll do the oversampling of minority class. Okay, so we'll not have any errors that way. So I think this is a good smart ANN, smart NN. This is pipeline. This is from pre-processing. We are using standard scaler, one-hot encoder, ordinal encoder, power transformer. Okay. We are also bringing the column transformer. This is for transforming our data. We'll use this. Now this is the basic imports down target column. This is transformation config from config entity artifact. This valid transformation artifact is here. Then from our utils, we are getting save object, numpy array, read by. So let me show you our from main utils. This is the save object. Okay, this is for saving our object, file path and object. So we'll save that using dil dot dump. Okay, this will make a directory. If it is existing, it will not make. Otherwise, it will make a directory of the file path given, and it will open the file and it will dump the object inside the file. Okay, so I think this is good. Exit at save file method. This is logging just basic drop columns. So these are our utils that we have imported. This is read by ML file. Let me show you that also. Where is read by ML file? Yeah, this is read YML file. This will convert this YML, the file object contents. This safe load will convert it into a dictionary and it will return it. Okay, in a dictionary format. The content of the file will be converted into a dictionary format thing. Okay, Python data structure, which is dictionary. So I have also mentioned this in previous videos. So I think this is clear. Now, okay. Where were we? Okay, this import is good. Now this is our data transformation function. It will take the artifact, config, and validation artifact because we want to also check if our validation is status is true, then only we'll proceed with our transformation process. Okay, so this is important. From ingestion, we will get our train and test files. Okay, artifact from that ingestion artifact, we will get our train and test data. Okay, now this is clear. Self registration. This we are storing in self variables. These variables. Okay. Mm, I think this is good. This is read data. We for reading the data. Now this is the get data transformer object. Okay. So we'll just do first the logging. Then we'll store our processor like standard Taylor, one hot encoder, ordinal encoder. Okay, we are storing it in this variables. Now from we are getting the column names from our schema, which is here. Okay, so we are getting our names from there. OH names, OR names, columns. Okay, transform column num feature. We are storing it in here. So the names of columns are stored here. Now initialize power transformer. This is our login. Login we are doing. This is the pipeline. We are using transformer there. Power transformer. And our this is our preprocessor. So this preprocessor is what we will return in our artifact. Okay. So that we are using column transformer here. So it will apply on the columns which is specified here. OH columns, OR columns, as you can see. Yeah. And this is the OS transformer, ordinal encoder, transform pipeline, transform pipe, which we have defined already. Okay. This is our numeric transformer, OS transformer, ordinal encoder. Okay, and this is our standard scalar numeric transformer, which we have imported above. So, and we are applying it on these columns, which we have stored in schema. Okay, so I think this is clear now. This is logging. We are doing exited data transformer object method of data transformation class. We will get this log when this process is successful, and we will return our preprocessor object. Okay. So I think this is clear. Initialize data transformation. This is our new function. We are using this above function. We are calling this above functions which you see inside this function. So initiate data transformation is our main function in this class. So self.data validation artifact, we are taking the validation status from the validation artifact. So if our validation is successful, then this will be true, and then only further process will go on. Okay, yeah, recording this one. So then only our further process will go on. So this is our preprocessor which we are getting from here, this function, get data transformer object, and from that using read data we are getting our train df and test df. Okay, so and that you can see we are getting from data ingestion artifact. So when our data ingestion part was completed, the artifact that we got had the train and test data. From there, we are getting our train df and test df. And now we'll transform it, as you can see. So this is our input feature train. We are dropping the target column for our train, obviously. And here we are creating a new feature, which we have created in our notebook, if you remember, which is the company age. So we are using the current year minus the input feature train df year of establishment, which will give us the company age. Okay, so I think this is simple. Now we are getting the columns which we want to drop, and then we are dropping it here. Okay, and we are storing our train df here, input feature train df variable. So now this is our target feature. We are replacing our target. Names in our target will be. So let me show you where is the true value. Yeah, here. And the name in our the values inside our target feature will be certified and denied. We want to convert it into 0 and 1. So we are using this class to do that, as you can see. Okay, as date. So it will convert into 0 and 1. Okay, now this is good. We are dropping the target flow from test DF also. Nice. Okay. In test DF also we are creating a company age feature, as you can see. Okay. So this is good. And inside test DF we are doing the mapping of target feature. The target feature test DF. So what we have done is from our train data we have separated out the target, and from our test data also we have separated out the target, and in both the target for train and test we have used this mapping to convert it into 0 and 1. So I think this is clear. Now let us move forward. Input feature train AR here we are using our preprocessor which we got from this function. This function, what is the name of it? This function returned as the preprocessor. That preprocessor we are applying here to transform the train fit transform the train DF, and then for our test DF we are using only transform method. Okay, so I think this is clear. Use the processor. This is the logging which we are doing now. Now we'll apply smooth NN for our resampling. So sampling strategy is minority, which means the minority class will be oversampled, which will match the number of majority. Okay. So this is SMT. We are using SMT.fit resample. We are storing our train and target feature train here. Okay. Now this is the logging we are doing, and this is for our test, the input features test and the target feature test using the same SMT object. So I think this is good. Now we are converting our input train final and target feature train final into a numpy array, the np.c. Okay, we are using this function to do that, and we are storing it in train ARR and test ARR. So I think this is good. And we are saving the object inside this path, which is transformed object file path. Okay, let me show you where is it. The transformed object file path. Okay, so let's go back again. The preprocessor will be stored here. Where is it? Sorry. Yeah, here inside the transform object folder, which will be inside the transform data transformation folder, which will be inside artifact folder. Okay, so it will be clear when we run this and see the out. For now, let's continue further, and our train ARR and test ARR will be stored inside this transform test file path. Means it will be stored inside the transformed folder. Okay, so I think this is clear. Now let us go back. Data transfer. Here we are returning the artifact, which will be of our transformation component. So as you can see, we are returning three things: the test, the train, and the object transformation object, which is the preprocessing.pk. Okay, so this is good. Yeah, this is well and good. Now let's see our demo.py file. So in our demo.py file, I have added this code to test our transformation component. So we are using the data transformation function, which is from this data transformation file.py. We are using this class. Okay, and we are calling our function, as you can see, this data transformation we are doing this instance, and from this instance, we are using the initiate data transformation method of this class to get the data transformation artifact. So I think this is clear. I have already ran this. Let me show you. So this is our, if you can see, let me show you. Where is it? Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, so if you can see this python.demo.py, we have seen in our last video, which we did for our testing of data validation component. Now this python.demo.py I did after completing our transformation part, and we got this. This is just warnings. This is not error, and you can see our python demo.py ran perfectly. And let me show you the artifacts. So this is the artifact, this last one which we got. If you see, there are three things inside it: the ingestion, the transformation, and validation. You can see inside the transformation, we have two folders as I mentioned. This transform folder has our test and train NPY format. So we can't open it, but okay, you can see the code we have written is successful here. And the transformed object is having our pre-processing object in PKL form. So as you can see, this is also there. So I think this here. Now let me show you the logs. This is our last log, which we got after running our demo file. So let me open it. Yeah. So can you see it? Just a second. Where is it? So yeah, you can see drift not detected. Got my initial standard scaler, one hot encoder, initial power transformer, and you can see pre-processing is applied, applying smart ANN, smart NN, applied smart NN, created train array, test array, save object method. Now saved the preprocessor object, and at the end finally exited initiate data transformation method of data transformation class. So you can see all our things were successful. Okay, you can see is column present. This everything which was there in our validation was successful. So our transformation part also ran here. Okay, if it was not successful, then this would not run the transformation part, and it would raise a exception. So I think this is clear. So yeah, this thank you for the video. See you in the next one. Bye.